Hey guys, hope you're doing great out there, Stack Nation. This is Stack Daddy coming at you with another video here from Middle America. Um, excuse me. This is just a little comparison video. This is an LCS, a local coin shop, versus Pmsforsale, and you could also say coin sales also, but versus Reddit. And once again, I like them both. I've got some really cool coin shops. It's but when it comes to stacking, the margins are tight, and you kind of want to get all that you can. You want to get the best for your money, so you have to be careful. But I did a little experiment here, and I did this on the same day. So I went to the coin shop. On the same day that I ordered this on Pmsforsale, Reddit, Pmsforsale, Pmsforsale. And I just wanted to see, I'm always running numbers and whatnot, but this is $500 versus $500. And this is the best deal you were going to get. I deal with quite a few coin shops where I'm at. I mean, they're my buddies. I kind of spend a lot there, it seems like, versus your just regular stackers. For me to walk in there and spend $500 is, it's not a huge deal. Normally it could actually be quite a bit more than that. But I mean, $500 is very respectable. I mean, if you're spending that, you're doing great. Do it as often as you can. I say spend it if you're converting that much, like fiat currency to precious metals or certain types of paper money, then you're doing great. If you're doing $50 a month, you're doing great. Do all that you can. But I'm gonna write this down to make sure I got it right. I got a little note off to the side. This is one of my, this guy, he does about the best you're going to do, and he buys at a really good price and whatnot. But what this is, you're looking at $500 worth of junk silver at melt on that day. And the day I did it, melt was the best you're going to get. It was $28.40. You're just not going to go. You can go to coin shops and say, "I want stuff below melt. I want stuff below spot." You can do that, but it's kind of tough on those guys. You don't really want to walk in there doing that. If you're getting stuff at melt or at spot, you're doing pretty good there. They've got overhead and whatnot. I mean, you're doing pretty good. Very respectable. Usually you're not going to walk in there and get that because, how are they going to stay in business? They're getting the stuff at that price, a little bit below. It just depends on what they get it at. But for the most part, I mean, if they're selling you stuff at spot or at melt, you're doing pretty good. So on that day, you better get all you can and can all you get. But on the day I went to the coin shop, I was able to buy $17.60 face value of junk silver at melt. And this is Walking Liberties. And it didn't matter what it was. I know this is Walkers versus Kennedys, but it would have been the same. This is Rosy Dimes, and there's a few Mercs in there. So you could say, oh, those carry a higher. It's not about that. And on this day, it wasn't. I mean, I get the same stuff for the same price. This is really just kind of what I chose. The day I was there, I could have got Benjis or Kennedys. It wouldn't have made a difference. The price was the price. When you get into barber stuff, it gets a little bit touchier. I think I have some barber stuff coming. I'll show you guys, I think. But nevertheless, though, on that day I was there, I bought this for $500. I went on Pmsforsale, and I got, maybe there was a better deal, maybe there wasn't, but I searched around. I don't remember if I did a want to buy post or if I just went in there and just started scrolling. And then I went on, I messaged someone who had some junk for sale, and I said, hey, what's the very best you can do? But on the same day, guys, I bought this for $25 face. $25 face, melt was $28.40, guys. So I bought this for $3.40 below melt. So for $500, I was able to get $20 face. This is $20 face of junk silver versus $17.60 face of junk silver. So, and you really got to pay attention. I mean, if you go in there and do this too much, and months goes by or a year goes by, I mean, you know, this pile here, these two piles would just, you would see. If you know what you're looking at here, I mean, you can see a pretty stout difference. Just look at those stacks. The stacks of halves are the same, but look at those stacks of dimes. You know, you're seeing 10 full stacks versus just barely over 7.5 stacks. That's where you see the difference. This is $10 face value of dimes. This is $7.60 face value dimes. That's where you see the difference. And like I said, I could flip these. It doesn't matter that there's just a few mercs in here. It doesn't matter. I just, they did that just, that's just what they had in front of them, and I didn't really care. I mean, I like Rosie's and Kennedy's. I know some people, oh, it's Rosie's, it's Kennedy's, it's Washington Quarters. Those may be the least favorite. I'm not sure, but I mean, it's all silver to me. I know that mercs are awesome, and I mean, I'm really, I love the walkers. I get it. I know that we all do. I get it, guys. Let's do this. I get it. But I don't want you to know there wouldn't have been a difference on this day. This was the price. I mean, I don't know. These right here are just loaded with silver. If I weigh this, it's going to be dead on. To me, it's all the same. It's all the same. And if I had to choose, say, hey, you can only have this, we're taking everything, we're trading you out, I would say, okay, I want all Mercury dimes, and I don't know what else I would say, but I don't know which half I would say. I guess the Walking Liberty half. I'm not for sure, but I don't make that big a deal about it. But I mean, it's just sweet. Check it out, guys. Where'd that go? Maybe right there. Do I got a Merc just sitting on top? I hate to destroy that whole pile, but where was it at? Oh, here you go. Here's one little dirty Merc. Hey man, we don't care. We love them. I just got a few of these. Do you call that super tone? Do you call it super filthy? I forget it is who I watch. One of the guys I watched, maybe it's International Stacker. It's one of them, but whenever he gets these loads like this, he puts them in a big old vat of hot water and Dawn dish soap. He just kind of rinses them off like, is it upside? Yeah. He kind of rinses them off like dishes. Doesn't clean them with they're not cleaned like with certain types of chemicals, I guess. They're just rinsed off. Just whatever, the loose stuff, the nasty stuff that comes off. I don't mess with all that, but I think it's kind of pretty cool that he does it. I'm too deep into it to go back and do all that. Oh my goodness. That would be a fiasco to do that for me, to go back and start cleaning everything. But you guys know from a video I done before that I keep all, I'm in the process of filling up a 5-gallon water jug. So I've got some more stuff coming, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I just know that I've got more loads of junk silver coming. And I think I'm gonna make a video where you guys can see me putting that in there. It'll be, I don't know, hundreds of, it'll be actually thousands of dollars of face value. And I'll mark that jug where it's at with a piece of tape. And then you can watch me drop in like thousands of dollars worth of this stuff. And you can see it's gonna rise a little bit more. It's gonna be a little bit different because I think I've decided I'm gonna move all of my encapsulated Morgans and peace dollars to that jug. Because Morgans and peace dollars are really, they're junk silver. They're constitutional silver, they're the granddaddy of this stuff. But right now I'm keeping them with my silver coins. I don't really know why. I don't know what got me doing that. I don't really know, but I think I'm gonna move them in the jug with this stuff because that's what they are. That's where they belong. They belong with all their antique friends. They don't belong over there with a bunch of new kangaroos and Libertads and Kooks and American Silver Eagles. They belong over there. They're old folks. They belong in the old folks' home. They don't belong over there. Hanging out at with all the wherever the new at the mall or where people hang, where the kids hang out today. I don't really know. I didn't hang out at a mall when I was a kid. But I know it was a thing. But wherever, they don't belong over there. So I think I'll make the video. And I'll just be dropping this this smaller denominational stuff in there, and then we can see if it rises, and then I'll start dumping in those encapsulated coins, and then I'll leave the piece of tape where it was, so maybe we can get a visual of the jug, because I mean, guys, I'm telling you, it takes. I mean, you better ready to spend some money and have some patience when you start filling 5-gallon jugs with whatever coins. I mean, it takes. You might want to start out with a milk jug or a little Tupperware dish or something. That way it doesn't, that way you don't kind of fade out and be like, man, forget this. You know, this is out of hand. But nevertheless, guys, here it is. $20 face value, $20 face value, $25 per face, $28.40 per face. And you're not, I mean, this was the best deal I could find. And I live in an area with a lot of coin shops, a lot of competition. You know, they do about the best they're going to do. There's a coin shop in America somewhere that might have had this at, you know, 28 bucks, whatever below melt. But where I was at, this was the best I was doing. And I feel bad going in there saying, hey, you know, I want, you know, go cheaper. You know, they're already at melt. You know, I don't want to go in there and, you know, abuse those guys. I'm just not like that. You know, they know I'm not walking in there and giving them $29, $30, you know, over melt for it, 31. And I know some people off the streets come in there and that's what they do. They don't know any better, but I know better. But I don't know what this person had in this. I don't know how long they've had it. I don't know who they are. Well, I know the name of them and whatnot, just because of, I seen it, you know, I seen the shipping label and I know who they are on Reddit and whatnot, but, you know, I don't know what they had in it. I don't know how they're able to sell me that at $25 face, but they did. And, I think I've got some more on the way from them. But nevertheless, guys, here we are. Like I said, I'll post a video showing all this going into the jug, and you can kind of see, you know, how unimpactful it is. But that's okay, you know, but it's, you know, it makes it fun, but you definitely gotta, you gotta commit to it. Like I've talked about before, you know, mowing 100 acres with a push mower. Just start walking, and eventually the 100 acres will be mowed. You just start walking and mowing and filling up with gas and sharpening blades and maybe switching out blades. I'm not for sure, mower blades, but it'll, you know, the whole how do you eat an elephant, one bite at a time kind of a deal. But you know, I've just got to see what a jug full of junk silver looks like, 5 gallons, you know, and then I want to see a total value. You know, it's going to be $100,000, give or take. We're going to see, we're going to find out together. And, once again, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you don't mind, if you like, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, you know, leave a mean comment, leave a nice one. I don't care. But, Stack Daddy, Middle America out. I'll see you guys again soon.